3/4 of a mile. If you go to Jerusalem, as I was there 3 months ago, and you look at the Mount of Olives to where they believe that the apostles were meeting, it's not far at all. It is probably about 3/4 of a mile from the church that now sits at the place where the apostles apparently had gathered together. Very close, actually, to where they have King David's tomb. Very close to that area. The disciples go there. They have a meeting. The first thing they have to do is they have to replace Judas. And so they conclude, they have a meeting, they throw lots, and the lots fall on who? It's Matthias. Falls on Matthias. He makes up to 12. And then they wait. They do not have a clue how long they have to wait for the promise of the Father. But they're gathered there. And then on the harvest feast, it was I think they were collecting the wheat there at that time. Early in the morning, the Holy Spirit comes. And as Luke tries to describe that experience, he was not with them at the time of Pentecost, but as he heard that described, the best he could do is, it sounded like a mighty wind. Flames as of tongues of fire, like tongues of fire, came and rested upon them. And it caused such a commotion inside this building that in the immediate area, in that area around in Jerusalem, in the old city, the people flocked together. Because each one of them was hearing God's name in their own native tongue. How could this be? They wondered. Some of them, unfortunately, thought, what? That they were drunk. And so Peter finds that he has to get up. And the first thing he says as he counters the charge, dudes. I don't know if he said dudes, but I was going to say dudes. Dudes! It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I've known a few people that are coming off the deep end at 9 o'clock in the morning, but he says, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. They can't be drunk. And then he refers to them as he speaks to the prophet Joel that talks about at the last days, God would send the Spirit of the Lord to the community of Israel for the purposes of getting everybody ready for the coming of the new heaven and the new earth as they understood it at the time. And he goes on and preaches. Now, oftentimes, all 3 of the last 4 Sundays, I've talked about different dimensions of the Holy Spirit. And so today, I do not want to spend a lot of time talking about the Spirit itself, but I do want to talk about, just briefly this morning, about the results of what Pentecost means for the church. Anybody got a rock and thrown it into a pond? What's it going to do? It's a little splash and it's going to rip it, right? I look at Pentecost as, take that rock,